Yeah. Way up.
Way up with Angela Yee. What's good? It is a Thursday. This would be what Jasmine Barron calls her favorite day of the week. Now, I was walking to work today, and I know everybody was in a frenzy over this Sexy Red sex tape that was leaked. And I just want to say I feel bad. I mean, she said she didn't do it. I know it was on her timeline. I don't know if someone put it out that had her phone or it was an accident or whatever might have happened. We'll discuss that later. But when something like that happens, somebody's family sees it, people that you don't want to see something like that. So I know people are talking about it, commenting, making it go viral. But it is something that I could imagine would be very traumatizing for a person if that's not the intention. So, just want to send some positive energy out to Sexy Red today because I can't even imagine. She said she's heartbroken. So, that happened. But we have a great show for you today, of course, you guys. As you know, we are partying. It's a Thursday. Does that mean we got to get my special coffee drinks up here today? Just for full disclosure, I have a coffee machine, an espresso machine from DeLonghi in the studio, and my coffee uplifts people, and I'm able to make espresso shots for everybody. So I think that's how we're going to do this Thursday, because it's been a long week, guys. And so many things to talk about today. But in the meantime, let's get the show started with some positive energy. Let's spread some love. That's what we do up here on Way Up with Angela Yee. The number is 800-292-5150. If you want to say something positive about somebody, if you want to show some love to somebody who's done something amazing, whether it's in the news or somebody you know personally, now is the time to shine a light. That's 800-292-5150. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee on a Thursday. Coming up shortly after Shining Light, we're going to have a special guest host. Larry Morrow is going to be here. So everybody listening in New Orleans, I know we're excited for that, but also really kind of worldwide. But I want to shine a light on somebody who's a good friend of mine, Ada Rodriguez, comedian, director, producer, in Words, that's available now. She's also produced specials for other comedians, and she's always trying to make sure that she uplifts those people. So I love the work that she's doing. And I feel like with Ida, she's the type of friend that she's always got a really good sense of morality about her. I know a lot of times there's people that'll do anything to make it in this business and to forget about people who she worked with on the come up and along the way. But she definitely is the type of person that is rooted in her morality. She takes a break from people, period, sometimes to protect her own energy. So just showing you some love, Ida. Legitimate Kid. Her memoir is coming out on October 17th. Now, who do you guys want to show some love to? Who do you want to shine a light on? 800-292-5150 is the number. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. My name is Irene.
All right. Good morning. You got great energy this morning.
Yes, thank you. I listen to you every morning. I'm an Uber driver, Angela, just so you know, I stay tuning into your station. My passengers have no choice but to listen to your station when I'm listening to it.
I love it.
You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you so much. Who you want to shine a light on?
On my mother, my siblings. The family that God blessed me with, I'm going through something right now in my life, and they are my backbone supporters. So shout out to my mom, Jean, my brother, Abijah, my brother, Lyle, my brother, DJ Alfred, and my sister, Zapio. I have 3 little ones. Anytime I need anything, without any hesitation, they are always willing to help me. So I just want to shine a light on them because they're doing an amazing job to help me with everything that I'm going through.
Oh, I love to hear that. All right, well, let's shine a light on them. You deserve it.
Thank you. And keep doing your thing. I'm loving it.
Thank you. Johnny, who do you want to shine a light on this morning?
My pastor Shedrick and Deborah Carpine.
Okay, Pastor Cedric.
If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be here today.
Tell us.
I'm a veteran, so they helped me through a very, very bad time.
Well, first of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
We appreciate you, and we want to shine a light on you as well. But I am so glad to hear that. So you're able to go to church, talk to your pastor.
Yeah. For 3 years, I was in my car, so they helped me a lot.
Oh, that's a blessing. All right. Well, that's a great couple to shine a light on this morning. That was Shine a Light, and when we come back, we have your Yeetie. We'll talk about this sexy red leak that happened online. We'll also talk about Blac Chyna. There was a report about her selling all her personal belongings because she needed to make ends meet. Well, she clears that up. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to 'em.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and I have a special guest co-host here with me today. Larry Morrow is here with me, straight out of New Orleans.
What's going on, man?
Listen, and we're going to talk more about you in a second, talking to the microphone. I know you're used to this. I saw you on Earn Your Leisure. Also, my guy Kainon is here with me, and Kainon is the person who I always call up when we have some issues on Ask Yee that are above me. But let's get into some Yee tea first. Sexy Red. Now, there was a sex tape of her that was leaked online, and it was deleted quickly. But as soon as I woke up today, I saw that she was trending. So I was like, why is she trending? And so I see a lot of people commenting on it. And she posted, "I'm so heartbroken. Anybody that know me knows I wouldn't do no goofy-ish like that." So I can just imagine what that must feel like. Your heart drops down because that was not ever the intention.
Right. Now, I personally think that, I give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't think that she intentionally posted it. I think sometimes things happen.
You accidentally might post something.
Yeah, and whatever she's doing, it's totally up to her. But, man, I hope that, prayers up for her. Hope she can get through this. And, 'cause I saw the video, but, I didn't think too much of it. It's like, what? That's
for us, we don't, but for the person it's happening to is a whole other story, right?
Yeah, right, 1,000%.
And Kainon, I know you have something to say about this.
I say let's be patient right now. Let's see where the money train ends. You know what I mean? Because you speak things into existence. You know what I mean? Like, nothing against the art or whatever, but you speak things into existence. So we can think that it might not have been intentional, or it may have been intentional. Who knows? But at the end of the day.
Have you ever posted something by accident in your story that you didn't mean to, and then was like, "Oop, let me delete this real fast"? I think I might have done that. Nothing like that, but like you might, like, "Oh, I didn't mean to post that." Like I posted the wrong thing.
There's a couple of steps that you have to take in order to post something.
I've definitely done it though. I'm gonna say, and it was nothing like harmful, but it was the wrong post. I've done that, so I can get it. And sometimes you also want to. I never do this, but share it to your group of friends or send it to somebody privately, and you might accidentally post something that you meant to share privately.
Right.
So it could be something like that too.
Yeah, it's possible too.
All right, now Blac Chyna, there was a story about her selling her personal belongings because she needs to make ends meet financially. And she actually cleared up what she was really doing because Blac Chyna, aka Angela, because we call her Angela White now, she doesn't go by Blac Chyna anymore. She recently sat down with Entertainment Tonight's Nichelle Turner to talk about why she's been selling things.
I feel like a lot of things hold energy, right? And we had discussed this before, and I just kind of wanted a fresh start. And I don't think nothing's wrong with selling like your old stuff.
No.
Now, at this point in my life, I don't really value materialistic things. Yeah, it looks nice, but it's like, why go out and grind for this money to go and spend it on something that could potentially just disappear, walk about your house, you might leave it somewhere.
Yeah, and I agree with that. As we've been making investments, you realize, like Larry, you sold your Rolex in order to start a business.
Yep. Well, to buy some real estate.
Buy some real estate.
Yep. So that's when I was 25 years old. It was a great investment. So, it was an intentional move to put myself in a different position.
Right.
So I'm all for it if she's making that move to put herself in a different financial position, because you can always go buy more material things.
And sometimes things also increase in value. You're like, okay, I've sold sneakers before to pay for flooring. I had got a pair of limited edition sneakers and I sold them right on StockX and got some floors. I was like, these floors cost how much? Let me sell these sneakers.
Right.
And sometimes you do that. And I also feel like there's things I don't use. So I might have all these bags at home and I'm like, I don't even wear these or use them. I might as well sell them, clear out some space. And sometimes you realize you don't need to get all those material things. So
give it away.
Kudos to her. I give away a lot of things too, but Chanel bags I'll probably sell. All right, Tamar Braxton. Man, I feel bad for her because she was going through it. She had her car broken into. And she put up a really heartbreaking post when that happened. She said, imagine your home being robbed, moving to a new city, trying to find your new tribe, never finding where you fit in, and then finally settling in with at least one person you trust to getting your car robbed and vandalized and broken up with from the person you love and feel safe with, all in the same hour. So what we found out was not only did her car get broken into, but in the same hour, her boyfriend dumped her and broke up with her.
He break in the car?
No, I don't think he was even around when that happened. You know, she said, I was only telling you about my situation so you can reflect on your own situation. Nothing happened to me. It happened for me. I'm no victim. I'm a survivor. And that's the only attitude that you can have sometimes when things like that happen, right?
1,000%.
Yeah, so prayers to you, Tamar Braxton. I actually ran into her and I guess now her ex at a party for Zuri, Patti LaBelle's son, his birthday party. They were there together. So that seemed like a real relationship. You know, they met on the series Queen's Court. And it looked like things are going well until they weren't. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss things that we did last night that we feel like are relevant for you guys to understand. I had a rough day yesterday because I was flying in from Detroit, but we'll talk about it. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Larry Morrow is here, and Kainon Jasper is here.
So, about last night. Last night. Here's how it went down.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Larry Morrow is here from the infamous Morrows and Treehouse and Sung Chong. Is that the name of the new restaurant?
Sung Chong.
Is a new
Monday.
restaurant in New Orleans.
Yep.
All right, and Kainon Jasper, Brooklyn's own, is here with me.
Yeah.
The person I turn to when we need some extra help for Ask Ye people who call in, and we have one for you today, by the way. You're not here for no reason. But let's talk about what we did last night. Now, you know, I was in Detroit, and I flew back home yesterday, but I missed my flight in the morning, which was awful, right? I set my alarm to get up at 4:30 in the morning to make this particular flight, and I don't know if it didn't go off or it did and I shut it off, but I missed my flight and I ended up having to buy a whole new flight. Guess how much the new flight was one way from
How much?
Detroit? $900.
Damn. So did you actually go to the airport? Or?
No, I didn't even, because I knew I was going to make it. So I said, let me just buy. And the flight was only 30 minutes later than the one I was supposed to be on. But I had to get back, you know, for work. And so, yes, so I ended up having to spend all of that money just to make it back in time.
Well, at least you wasn't in the airport and missed it. That hurt.
Yeah,
that hurt
that
me
would
in the airport.
Certainly hurt. And the only reason I couldn't do same days because I had to fly to a different airport in order to get, so instead of flying to LaGuardia, I had to fly to JFK. So that's why I had to buy a whole new flight. Now, you guys are, well, Kainon, you're from Brooklyn, but Larry, you're here doing some work.
Yep.
And so what'd you do yesterday?
So yesterday I landed, laid down, went to Pergola with some homies.
Okay. Hookah spot.
Yep. Ate, had a good time. Go back to my room. I paid for the tab, and when I made it back, well, I woke up this morning and realized that I either left my wallet or lost it. So right now I currently don't have a wallet.
I like that he either left it or lost it, not that someone took it.
I mean, nobody was in my
like that
pocket.
you didn't- yeah, you
I
never
paid,
know,
I
you
paid
know?
the tab. I paid the tab. We left, and I went straight to my room.
Okay.
Right? And now, so this morning I checked, and I'm like, it's gone. So I had my homie check his car. So
that is the worst feeling to lose your wallet. Because first thing I'm thinking is somebody using my credit cards? Do they have my ID? Mm-hmm. Did you check to make sure nobody's using your card?
I checked this morning. Nobody used them. So just curious to know. I'm gonna go back to the Pergola and check to see if maybe somebody turned it in.
Yeah.
I just want to say, you better lock your cards now. I'm
gonna do that for sure.
I'm the type of person, I'm always like losing things. So one time I was in LA. It was a wonderful night out. We were, I think, BT Awards, out all night partying. I lost my wallet and had to catch a flight in the morning back. And so, you know, you can't get on the plane without it. So what happens is you have to go early. And then they make a phone call and they ask you a bunch of security questions. But depending on how busy the airport is, it might take them an hour to get to you to be able to do that. And they're like, what is your mother's maiden name? What address, you know, did you used to live at? And it's like all these security questions they ask you, and then they'll let you on the flight.
Right. With clear and pre-check, like you.
And mobile passport.
Yeah. They didn't have that back then when this happened to me. But yes, you're right.
With clear, but then sometime lately I've been getting random ID checks, you know. So
whenever you're traveling a lot, I'm random every time.
Yeah, no, I've been random a lot lately.
Yeah, so and I've definitely had that without my ID too, because I left my ID at home. This just happened recently, and then I asked Laura, who works with me, to FedEx it to me, and they lost it, or UPS lost it. And so I didn't have any ID, and I had to go from DC to Atlanta to LA, and I didn't have any ID the whole time, but I had clear.
Right.
So fortunately, I was able to make it through.
Luckily.
All right. Well, listen, earlier we were talking about Sexy Red and the sex tape that has her trending on social media. And so we had a little debate here about whether or not she accidentally posted that or if someone broke into her phone and posted that. And I was saying it is quite possible to accidentally post something. I feel like it does happen. Now, Kainon, you've never accidentally posted anything, you said?
Nah.
Okay.
I've accidentally texted something.
Right. Okay, that's similar.
But
There's
posting, there's a lot of steps. Right. There's a lot of steps to posting. They ask you to edit. They ask you. It's a lot of steps. And I'm not saying that she didn't, accidentally do it.
But if it's in your story,
it was in a story. It's kind of easy when it's in a story.
Yeah, you click, and you also could be trying to send it. Larry, have you ever accidentally posted something?
No, I haven't accidentally posted anything like Kay said. Like accidentally text something, but not post.
Okay, I've definitely accidentally posted something that I didn't mean to, but it wasn't anything, bad. It was just like, I didn't mean to post that, and then I just took it down. It wasn't a big deal. And it wasn't anything that was like, but it was like, I posted the wrong thing. So I could see how something like that could happen, especially in your story. But we want to hear from you guys. Have you ever accidentally posted something? 800-292-5150. We want to know if this is possible. I'm saying yes. You guys think it's a little more difficult.
I'm saying
anything's
yes.
possible.
Anything's possible.
Look at the content, though, man.
800-292-5150. And if you have close friends, people send stuff to their just like one person and might act, who knows?
Let me see the
we want to see what you guys think. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. 800-292-5150. Call us now.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the Mac. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Larry Morrow is here. Kainon Jasper is here, and we are talking about Sexy Red. All right, she accidentally leaked her own sex tape. She posted online, "I'm so heartbroken. Anybody that know me knows I wouldn't do no goofy-ish like that." And she put a heartbroken emoji and a crying face emoji. And so we were talking about accidentally posting things. Now, Kainon, Larry, you guys have actually sent out text messages, but maybe never accidentally posted anything.
Nope.
Right.
Never accidentally posted nothing.
I have. But nothing bad, but just I could see how that could happen. And I've actually seen people accidentally go live where I had to hit them up. Mano, I think, did that. He accidentally went live, and I hit him, and I was like, "Mano, you're live right now. Mano, you're live right now." He finally was like, "Whoa!" I heard him on the live say that when he finally got
he wasn't doing nothing crazy, right?
But he accidentally went live, and things happened. So we want to see what you guys think about this. 800-292-5150. Have you ever accidentally posted something? Kimberly, what's up?
Hey.
So have you ever accidentally posted anything?
Yes. It was a picture of my butt, and I posted it as my profile picture on Facebook.
How did you manage to do that?
I don't know how I did it, but I found out I did it because my dad called me and was like, "What's going on?"
Oh my gosh. Now, why did you have a picture of your butt in your phone? I'm just curious.
Well, girl, you've already know the answer.
Okay, I want to hear what you have to say. So at least it was a good picture.
It was a good picture. It was a good picture, but my dad calling me about it, no.
All right. And she don't even know how it happened. See, Kainon?
Well, let us see the picture. Let's see.
I don't even know.
All right. Thank you for calling.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? Have you ever accidentally posted something?
Yes, twice.
Okay, what did you post?
Sex video.
Where?
On Facebook, on my main page. We were trying to post them in private groups, and it didn't go well. It went on my main page, and family and friends, they all saw it. It was horrible.
And you did it twice?
Twice.
What was everybody's reaction?
Oh, it varied. It was like I ran and hid in the corner. Basically.
It was that bad, huh?
It was horrible.
Yeah. You gotta practice your performance better, bro.
What was happening in it? Was it like sex, or was it what were you guys doing?
Yeah, it was the whole porn thing. It was horrible. It was, and we do Thanksgiving together. We go, but we was in the sex group.
Like, anybody want more stuffing?
Cranberry sauce.
So the topic for Thanksgiving was the sex tape.
Yeah,
that's a weird conversation. Who said grace that night?
Now, how does that even happen though? So you just
my dad actually.
Oh, his parents said grace. Okay,
it was included in the. It was included.
Okay. I wonder if they watched it. Like, is your dad like, let me see what my son's working? Like, is he good?
He never told me.
All right,
He never said anything to me.
Well, thank you for calling and sharing with us.
Can't even
and
ask
the world.
All right.
Can't even ask.
In the world now,
Let me get a thigh.
Hey, Nikki.
Hey, Ann.
I got Larry and Kainon here, and we're talking about accidentally posting things. Have you ever accidentally posted something?
Yes, I have.
What'd you post?
Years ago, I posted a positive pregnancy test.
How did you do that? Where did you post it?
Well, congrats.
This was so many years ago. My daughter is 12 now. She's about to be
Wow.
12 years ago, the world knew about you.
Did you
and
send it
that's
to the
not-
right person?
Yeah, so I was outdoors, and I was actually on a beach. So I was taking photos, and my screen was dark, and because I couldn't see it because of the sunlight. And sure enough, I accidentally posted it right to Facebook.
Ooh, see, it's Facebook for some reason.
But one more time, you can actually accidentally do it on Instagram when you select a few photos. And sometimes I select the wrong photos on Instagram.
And then you're doing like a carousel. Or
yeah. So
what if a pregnancy test come to your phone?
Right?
Like, hold up.
Right. So how many calls did you get after you posted that?
It was funny because I had told a few people. A few people did know I was pregnant. But people just started commenting. They were like, oh, my God. I'm like, oh, my God. I quickly deleted it.
All right. Well, thank you, and congrats 12 years later.
Okay, bye.
You know what else people do, too? They go live by accident. I've seen people accidentally go live because they maybe their phone was like in their pocket, or they were on Instagram and then they hit live by accident. So I've seen people accidentally go live, too.
I can see how some people make mistakes. I don't think all of it's intentional.
You know, all this modern technology nonsense. But we are, let's give some grace to Sexy Red, though, because I know some people think, oh, you know, that wasn't a mistake. And I'm sure that's really difficult for her to have to deal with now, all right? And when we come back, we have Yeetie, and let's talk about Drake. And we'll discuss what he left on SZA's page, and we'll also talk about people think he's taking aim at Kanye West on 8 a.m. in Charlotte. We have that for you when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Oh, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. And my guys are here, Larry Morrow and Kainon Jasper.
What's going on?
What's going on? We're doing some Yeetie. Now, SZA was supposed to be performing in Toronto, but she announced that she would not be able to perform. This was yesterday. And I know that had to hurt her heart because she was there. She said, I tried to do sound check. I sound terrible. I only want to give you guys 100%. That's what you deserve, and I won't give you any less than that. I promise you I'll come back to Toronto and make it up. I'm so sorry. Okay. Now, fortunately, though, Drake did leave a comment. He said, we're going to do that ish together. When you come back, let me open for you.
Dope.
That's dope.
Yeah, because I can't imagine as an artist, she's there, she did a sound check, and it just doesn't, she's not, you know, at her best right now. Right. So, all right. Now, speaking of Drake, he released a new song. He surprised us all. 8 a.m. in Charlotte. And he's apparently taking shots at Kanye. Here's what he said.
Niggas obsessed with me and it's not on no hetero vibe. Handle beef so quiet, you think that I'm letting it slide.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, so...
You talking about Kanye.
Yeah.
You talking about
Kanye. Sound, you know,
you
maybe it's just in general, but definitely feel... And Drake has been to your restaurant, right?
Yeah.
I've seen
He's been
pictures
to the
of
restaurant.
him.
Yep.
He's been to Morrow's.
He love it. He follow Morrow's. He on Instagram. He love it. So when you come down to New Orleans, that's the first stop.
Yeah, it's hard to get a reservation, guys. But Larry's here now, so just DM him. Anybody listening, leave a comment. I know a guy. But yes, and from what I've heard, Drake definitely holds a grudge against people.
Well, he got the right one because those are two titans. And listen, you cannot denounce Ye's creativity and his level of petty too.
Yeah, right. He's not going anywhere.
It's be interesting to see.
This is gonna get him back out, you know, like, cause he really been chilling. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I think this is gonna really make him step out again.
I wonder if Ye be knowing everything that's.
He got it. You know he knows. You know he knows, and
He probably so mad.
Those dudes are super competitive and super creative, you know?
Yeah, you know everything that's going on social. Like, at one point, he was going on a rant every day.
So that means Drake still, you know, that means he's still holding some pusher.
Remember when he had Justin the Boy working with him? He had Jason Lee working with him. These are people that know everything that's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm sure part of the job is keep you updated. If you were him, would you want to know? Would you want people around you to be like, this? Because sometimes you like, don't even.
But if it's like, you can't. Like, it's coming from Drake. Now, if it was coming from somewhere else, man, it
I want to know everything. Right. It's creative. It's creative.
All
like,
right.
You know,
and hip hop, in a sense, you know, not need beef, but they need some of this, you know,
friction.
And it was dope.
Competition.
And it was dope. If it was whack, but if it's dope, it's art.
He said all your guys deserted you like pudding and cake.
I do that too.
That was a
I
bar.
love dessert. Now Spike Lee, let's talk about him for a second since we're talking about creativity. All right, the Brooklyn Museum has an exhibit and it's going to be all based around Spike Lee, and that's going to be opening on Saturday. They actually on Tuesday had a whole preview of it, so that's really huge. And he recently also sat down to talk about that exhibit. It's going to be all kinds of cultural touch points there, from Do the Right Thing, Jungle Fever, She's Gotta Have It, Malcolm X. It's called Spike Lee Creative Sources, and there's a video online too if you guys want to take a look at that just to get an idea of what it's going to be. So shout out to him. I feel like so many people are going to want to go to that.
Standing ovation. Like, there's no culture as we know it without Spike Lee.
Right. You're here until Sunday, Larry. You need to maybe try to go to Brooklyn Museum and check it out.
You want to give me some tickets?
You know what?
I'm sure it's going to be a crazy line.
It's in Brooklyn, man.
Yeah, it's the Brooklyn Museum.
My bad.
Shout out to the Brooklyn Museum. I'm from Brooklyn too.
Yeah.
And speaking of movies, Netflix is planning to raise prices after the actors' strike ends. Sheesh, guys. We just raised prices. I just had to get my own password and everything. You know, shout out to my brother for holding me down for so long, but now I have my own password. Now y'all gonna raise prices again? All right, so get ready for that. Once that the actor strike is over, that's what the plan is. And that is your Yee Tea. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar, but they are just as important. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
The news, I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Larry Morrow is here. Kainon Jasper is here. I made you guys some coffee uplifts, people, so I know it's about to turn up. So let's get into some of these under the radar stories. These are not necessarily in the headlines. This woman is allergic to water. All right, she's only 25 years old. It's a very rare allergy. Only 250 people worldwide have this. And so imagine how difficult life is. Even if she cries, if she sweats. She said, I would come out of showers and have huge welts on my skin and my scalp would be bleeding after showering. And she actually developed this allergy when she was 8 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, it's a rare condition after the skin comes in contact with water, regardless of whatever temperature it is. And they said the causes are unknown, but it most commonly affects women. And her mom, who's also, by the way, a family medicine physician and the first person to realize her daughter had this allergy, said, I feel a little guilty as a mom for not having seen what she would get when she would get out of the shower, that she had hives, and figuring it out way earlier that it was a water issue. And even if she drinks water or eats anything with a high water content, she gets a burning sensation. And so she mostly drinks milk because the water content is counterbalanced by fats and proteins. Can you imagine living life without being able to cry, sweat, shower without breaking out in hives or bleeding? And
there's no like cure or anything.
She's like one of the X-Men.
Yeah.
Like she had, you know.
And because only 250 people worldwide have it, you have to think they're probably not focusing on how do we cure this, because it's such a rarity.
No, that's a real live mutant.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she said she cleans her body with wet towelettes designed for, for it here and there, but she said even that hurts. So she can't really even shower. And she avoids activities that cause her to sweat. She said, I can keep body odor to a minimum by shaving and using deodorant where appropriate. And she said sometimes she does just need to shower, and standing in a shower for more than 5 minutes while trying not to pass out as she hyperventilates while water's hitting her is not great for her. And so, unfortunately, you know, really difficult thing. And I don't know what they're going to end up doing, but right now they're struggling to pay her medical bills and make ends meet. So there's a GoFundMe they have established to help pay their current and future costs. She said she's not getting any healthier because her condition just progresses, and she does hope that she can go back to school again and get a job and have some type of sense of normalcy. Her name again is Tessa Hanson Smith.
My goodness.
All right, now this story was crazy. A man did a DNA test and found out that the reason his dad was an orphan was because he killed his own parents. Now, he killed his own parents and escaped from prison in 1967. And then his dad grew up in an orphanage. He thought his dad grew up in an orphanage in Chicago. But when he did that DNA test, that's when they found out that his dad was the person who escaped from jail after killing his own parents. So imagine your dad got away with this. For all of these years. He escaped in 1967, but because you did a DNA test, now people found out your dad is the person that escaped from jail. But the whole time he was growing up, he thought his dad was just an orphan who grew up in an orphanage. And it was a cold case that went cold until Andrew, who lives in Australia now, decided he was going to do this DNA test. And that's when the results from that DNA test identified that he was the son of a fugitive that U.S. police have been looking for over 50 years.
Hey, wow, that's cool though. Like, I mean, a lot of people don't know stuff about their dad.
Oh man, when people do these DNA tests,
crazy.
Some people look. My sons don't know everything about me.
Right.
Well, let's hope they don't ever.
But right.
We don't ever have to have a sit down and let them. You know your father.
Yeah, I mean they've heard those stories.
What happened? No, he said that's your pops. All right, now Morgan State University did cancel all homecoming events and classes as they are looking for the shooter. The search is continuing for that shooter. So we discussed this yesterday. Very sad, unfortunate incident. 5 people, including 4 students, were injured by gunfire following a shooting on campus. Now everything.
Morgan State
University.
Oh, Morgan State, yeah.
Yeah, Morgan State University. So this is the first time in school history that all homecoming events have been canceled. It's never happened before there.
Man.
All right. And so shout out to Jasmine. She actually called in yesterday. She went to Morgan State and she was planning on going there this weekend, but everything has been canceled for safety purposes. All right. And that is your Under the Radar. We do have the Way Up Mix coming at the top of the hour. Plus, more things with Larry Morrow. We're going to have a nice sit down with you. You like the coffee?
It's amazing. It's strong.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We gotta wake it up.
Uplift you in the morning for sure.
And Kainon Jasper. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Larry Morrow is here. And Kainon Jasper is here, and we're going to get into some more about you, Larry, shortly. But first, let's do some Yee T, because you are from New Orleans. We're going to start with this story about Anthony Mackie. And Kainon, I know you're friends with Anthony Mackie because I've seen y'all together.
Yeah, one of my best friends.
Previously. So this actually happened, this goes back to Monday, and a woman approached Anthony Mackie. He started trending on Monday because she asked him if he could take a photo with her grandson, and he politely declined. All right, since then a lot of people have weighed in on it. They posted a video of the whole situation happening. The woman's name is Andra. She went to social media and said, "No one ever believes when I say the new black Captain America, Anthony Mackie, does not take pictures with kids. Don't get me wrong, I understand celebrities wanting their space, but kids, every single time, you're a superhero, sir, in the Marvel universe." Now, there were people defending him and people who were also angry at him, but here is what the 11-year-old, it was an 11-year-old kid that wanted a picture, and this was in New Orleans, right? This is what the mom had to say on social media.
I know he's generally he doesn't want to take pictures, he doesn't want to talk to people, fine, cool, but I didn't care about that. I love Marvel stuff. I love that he's from New Orleans. I love that he's a black man. He made history when Captain America passed that shield to him. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all might not even know what I'm talking about, but my Marvel people do. Anyway, he came and thanked me. You know, I told him no problem. I said, "You feel like taking a picture real quick with my son?" He said, "No pictures." I said, "No problem." And I walked off and let it be.
All right. In addition to that, she said, and this is part of the story, people need to know, he did not want to take a picture, but he did shake the young man's hand, 11 years old, and spoke to him. Here's what she said about that.
They did have a little more dialogue back and forth. I don't know the exact words of that. I don't believe it was anything angry because he wasn't really being mean. So apparently they passed a few words back and forth, and then he said, you know what, I'm not going to take a picture, but I can shake his hand. I can ask him what school he goes to and stuff like that.
All right, she posted, I stand behind how I feel with the Anthony Mackie situation is more than just being a superhero as a character. These New Orleans boys need him. The internet won't steer me from how I feel as a mother. Remember, we all have opinions, and this is mine. I'm entitled to it. All right, so I want to hear what you guys think about it, because I know you both personally know Anthony Mackie. And Larry, you're from New Orleans.
Yeah. So I personally, I think, as far as a kid, I think, looking at somebody who he may idolize on TV, it may be a little heartbreaking to him. But I'm sure the intent was never to break the kid's heart. I think sometime, this is me knowing Anthony Mackie, so I can speak from both, just like seeing kids walk up to him and take pictures, and he's taking pictures. But I've also seen when, he may be in a meeting or we having lunch, and, it's like he's forced to be, it's like sometimes you become a puppet. And it's like you're forced to always be Captain America, which I get it. But at the same time, I do understand mental health is important. And sometimes being a celebrity is one of those jobs that never, like you're always on point. You always got to be taking a picture, doing this, doing that.
And the one time you don't do it, it goes viral.
Right. So I understand, because I've been able to see him be the Captain America taking all the pictures, but also be the person who, essentially wants his space, because, being famous.
Because once I take a picture with you, everybody's about to come over
being
here.
famous, as long as he's been famous, it can take a toll on anybody. And there's a lot of people like Lil Wayne and different people who, who's been famous for half their life, and I think have been affected by all the things that society places on you.
What do you think, Kainon? You know him personally.
Yeah.
One of your best friends.
And also, I like people to dig in a little bit deeper before they form an opinion and look at the evidence. First of all, he has 4 sons. He's a very active father, and he's a community guy. When we talk about people in New Orleans need him, Anthony is probably the largest black investor in the city of New Orleans. So he provides plenty of opportunities for young people and black people in particular with his businesses, with his investments. But more importantly, look at his personal time. At that point where the woman approached him, he was on his personal time. He was in an adult setting. He had a cigar, maybe a cocktail, and he was like, I can't take a picture right now. But when he spoke to the young man, and I see it all the time, I've seen young people approach him, and he's very accommodating. At that particular time, it wasn't the wisest thing to do. And sharing time with that young man, I think the young man might like that conversation, and that conversation might resonate a little bit more than just a picture that was cool. Here, I'll take a picture. He was like, yo, I had a conversation with him.
Yeah, I just think about when I was growing up, we didn't have cameras on our phones and things like that to be able to even access that. We used to ask for autographs. Like, can I
and he
autograph?
does that all the time. He'll say, let me get your address. I'll send you a personal signed thing or whatever. But a picture could be very intrusive, and he got to think about his health. Let's say that kid is sick, mother, and he got to go to work. Now the shoot got to stop, all kinds of stuff. So he has to consider a lot. As Larry said, being always on, he got to think about a lot of things.
All right, well, we'll talk more about this, and we have a lot more stories that we didn't get to, because that one I think was an important one to discuss. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Larry Morrow and Kainon Jasper are here.
Back at it.
You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Larry Morrow is here. Kainon Jasper is here. And we were talking about Anthony Mackie. Since you guys personally know him, he is from New Orleans, as is Larry Morrow. And he had a lot of backlash for not taking a picture with the young fan. The grandmother asked for a picture. He said no, but he did spend some time talking to the young man, shaking his hand, having a conversation. And now this whole thing went viral. A lot of people had mixed responses. Somebody said, don't get me wrong, I understand celebrities wanting their space, but kids, every single time, you're a superhero, sir, in the Marvel universe. And, one person said that no one ever believes when I say the new black Captain America, Anthony Mackie, does not take pictures with kids, little black boys who look up to him in New Orleans. So there were a lot of people weighing in, but you guys did give some clarity. And I want to ask, what have people's encounters been like with celebrities? Now, both of you, Larry, you from the beginning of your career, because, you own restaurants, but you also have promoted parties, right? And we also know you for curating events. in New Orleans. Now, for you, have you ever had encounters, and you don't have to say who it is, with celebrities that were not good?
I mean, yeah, of course, but it doesn't really bother me. I believe, you just sometimes just meet people at the wrong time in their life, and they may be going through things. So it never somebody asked me this question recently, and my response was just like, I never thought nothing of it. It's like everybody, you may have a bad day, So I give people a lot of grace, honestly.
Right, because you know people personally, and you might have a bad encounter and then later on have a good encounter with them. And so you never know what's going on. Kainon, we know you're around everybody too, and your own marketing company, and you've worked with a lot of celebrities and a lot of brands. What are your thoughts about this? Have you had some bad encounters with celebrities?
Not many, but yeah, we have had some, but you got to look at it over the course of time. One incident won't determine how I feel about somebody, because you can have a bad day, you can have some bad employees, people are always at you. So I mean, I won't judge one incident off of it.
Right.
We have to see the whole thing, and then I got to look at what's happening right at this moment. Is it personal? Is it work? Where do I land in this? 'Cause everything can be a conflict.
Right, and I think about it too. I mean, there's people that, even for me, first of all, I'm always hesitant to go over and introduce myself to anybody. You know what I mean? Because I also feel like when I see people in public, I want to give them their space. I don't want to, if you're at a restaurant or you're somewhere, depending on where you're at, I'm not going to just walk up on you like, hi, I'm such and such, nice to meet you. It's hard for me to do that, but I've always been kind of like that. So.
Yeah, I ain't walking up on nobody. Well, look. I was able to meet everybody who I felt like I wanted to meet ever. I met them.
You have sons, though. Now, let's just say because sometimes, a lot of times, you do something for your kid. Because you're like, my kid might want to.
So, one time, Kevin Durant, my son saw Kevin Durant, my youngest son. And I don't know what it was at that moment. He was like, he kind of shunned my son, and I did take that personal.
That's different when it's your kids.
But he saw me take it personal too, and then he actually went over to my son, because I think it was so many people coming at him.
Right.
It wasn't personal against my son. It was just my son just happened to be that moment. And when I saw him, kind of shun Christian, I was like,
the face, okay, no, that's my son.
He was like, yo, come here, and then he rocked out. I was like, yo.
Oh, thank goodness it didn't have to. Yeah, I mean, and I think it's different too, right? Because it's not like she asked for a picture for herself. Right. She was asking for a picture for her 11-year-old son, who she probably felt like, man, as a parent, maybe you feel like, I want to try to get this for my kid, and your kid is going to be.
And I understand that a parent feeling that way. I mean, it's your kid. You want your kid to, be able to take a picture with their superhero, or whoever it may be. But, you just got to understand the situation and, the moment, Every moment isn't perfect.
And I think it is nice that he spent some time talking to him too. Right. That's important, that he actually was like, hey, come here, where you go to school, whatever type of conversation they had. That's something. That's maybe he didn't get that picture. Also, he probably could have finessed it. This is when y'all got to start teaching your kids how to finesse a situation. Like, I would still like a picture, because if he would have asked, it might have been different.
If the kid would have asked,
right,
it definitely would have. But there's a lot of adults that be on their own groupie stuff, and they leave it. And I see it happen with him and other celebrity friends of ours.
Right.
People come in before you know it. The grandma, the mom, the dad, and then the kid is nowhere
in the picture.
All
right, well, I want to hear about you guys and your encounters with celebrities. Maybe you've had some great ones, or maybe some not so great ones, but let's air it out. Are we going to be able to, all right, and tell the truth. Don't be making stuff up. 800-292-5150. We want to hear about your encounters with people that you've met, and I'll talk about my own situations. It's Way Up with Angela Yee, 800-292-5150.
Hey! Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the Mac. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Larry Morrow is here. Kainon Jasper is here. And we are talking about celebrity encounters. This all came out of the Anthony Mackie story, where basically, a woman from New Orleans, she said that her 11-year-old son wanted to take a picture with him, and Anthony Mackie refused. But in his defense, he did have a conversation with him, talk to him, and so he wasn't rude but he just didn't want to take that picture. All right. And now we're talking about our own celebrity encounters. We just heard a crazy one in the room where someone threw this person's phone because he thought that he was recording him. I had a couple of different not so great encounters. I remember one time, I run into people, so I don't know if I want to name names. Is that okay? One time I had just interviewed someone, right? Literally the day before. And then I ran into him and his wife. He's a rapper. At a restaurant. I was with my friends at a restaurant, and then I was walking to the bathroom, and they were standing at the bar, and he says to his wife, this is Angela. She just interviewed me yesterday at Sirius. This is when I was working at Sirius. And the wife was like, just gave me like a nasty look, like she just didn't, and turned around, and I still tried to be polite, and I was like, oh, it's nice to meet you. She was also a celebrity, and I was like, one day we'd love to have you come up. She was like, yeah, you'll have to talk to my people. And she like turned her back to me. Wow. And he looked like he wanted to apologize so badly, like he felt bad about it. But I was like, maybe they're into some type of argument with each other, and that made her be that way. Or maybe she's just like that. I don't really know her, so. Yeah,
she said, you should. Oh, it's a pretty girl. Oh, interview, huh? Yeah.
But that was it. That was the whole encounter. And after that, I was like, I went back to the table with my friends, and I was like, you won't believe what just happened. But something like that will leave a bad taste in your mouth for somebody who you felt like, I liked that person until, that's why they always say sometimes meeting people that you like and admire could be a letdown. Right. At times. But let's hear your guys' celebrity encounters. And Kainon, you told a good one. Larry, you said you've had some that have been not so positive, but you give people grace.
Yeah, I give people grace, and it is what it is. Like I don't really think too deep into things, and I think that's one of my superpowers. I just let it be what it's going to be.
Whenever I have a friend that's going to New Orleans, I'm like, Larry, can you make sure this person's good? And he always does it. And they always come back like, I love Larry. All right, well, let's hear your encounters. 1-800-292-5150. Hello. Oh, no, not yet. Oh, we're just still, okay. 1-800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. Let's hear your celebrity encounters. We cannot wait to hear these stories because I know we have some good ones. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yeah, she back at it. Bring in the Mac. Way Up with Angela Yee is on.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Larry Morrow is here. My guy Kainon Jasper is here. Just like family in the room. 100%. So I appreciate having you guys here. We were having discussions about running into celebrities, and sometimes we don't have the best experiences. And I was telling you guys my story. I didn't name names. Only because I know sometimes you might run into people. Because I haven't always had the best experiences. Larry, I know, and you're not going to name names. I remember when I first met Larry, you have a book out where you talk about treating people well and going above and beyond people, even from the beginning when you first meet them.
Man, you really know a lot about me. It's been a long journey, but you always... Twins.
Yeah, we definitely are. But because we've had that conversation before. But from when you first meet Larry, like I said, I always send people to Larry when they go to New Orleans. Mano was out there kicking it with you and met you for the first time.
Yep, we met for the first time.
Yeah, and he told me he did not want to leave New Orleans because of you. Yeah. He was like, Larry really had me outside. Yeah.
Nah, that was a great time. Mano, man, real cool dude. Of course, knew of Mano. Saw him at your release party. Yep. We didn't get a chance to speak, but I like to just let things happen organic. Months later, he's in New Orleans. You connect us. We had a great time, and we really connect.
Some people don't have great first experiences with Mano, but we'll talk about that with him. But let's hear about you guys and your celebrity encounters. 1-800-292-5150. Self, how are you?
I'm fine. How you doing, you?
I'm good. Thank you. You want to tell us about your celebrity encounter?
Yeah, it was a football player, actually.
Okay, who?
Lawrence Taylor.
And what happened?
My uncle took us to a concert back in the day. I was a young teenager, a Giants fan, though. And he had sat behind us. So I'm real excited and everything. So, I asked him, okay, can I take a picture of you? I wanted to take a picture of him. He kind of mushed my camera and was like, no. So I looked at my uncle. My uncle real short, though, tiny. I said, you know what? I just chopped it up. We ain't doing nothing. But I did get a picture of TJ in his wife's underwear.
Wait, what?
Yeah. TJ. Yeah, I was so mad. I said, you know what? I snuck a couple pictures of his son TJ, and then his wife was sitting right directly behind me. So I took some pictures of her panties. She had on leopard panties that night.
Okay, that's illegal, sir. Okay, goodness, bye.
I know. I was a teenager, though. I was a teenager.
Oh, my gosh. Bye. Oh, my God. Hey, Jamie, how are you?
Hi, Angela. How are you?
I'm good. You want to tell us about your celebrity encounter?
Yes, I have two, matter of fact.
Okay.
My celebrity encounter was with Daticus, and he is so polite. He stops and he takes pictures with everybody.
He is really nice.
Yes, he is. But another celebrity she's a model and an actress. Her and my daughter was auditioning for the same movie. And she really gave the kids the cold shoulder. She was very rude. And she's not even that famous.
Oh, you want to tell us who it is?
Slick Woods.
Okay, Slick Woods. All right. You know, I feel like sometimes with models, that world is so different too. Like, I don't know. I can't explain it. It's not like to me, I've never felt like it's a warm, welcoming world.
Yeah, but the kids, that's something different. These was like 5 and 6 year olds.
Ooh, that's really young.
Babysit a bunch of 5 and 6 year olds.
And I know as a mom, that probably had you tight.
Yes, and they was auditioning for the same movie. My daughter was actually auditioning to be her little sister in the movie, and she was just giving them the cold shoulder. It was terrible.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing with us.
Okay, Angie, have a nice day.
You too. Hey, Samantha, you want to tell us about your celebrity encounter?
Yes, I do. So I was in Jamaica and I saw Sizzler.
Okay, that's exciting.
And I'm like, oh my God, Sizzler, my mom loves you. Can I get an autograph? He paused. He wasn't trying to do it. Then he did it. Then I'm like, can I get a picture? He was like, wait, I got to go get my bag. So it's just me hitting my friend by the bag carousel. Mm-hmm. No bag. And he refused to take a picture. So I went back up to him again, like, can you please take a picture? He was like, I'm waiting for my bag. So at that point, I was just like, you know what?
You was like, give me a try.
But he did give you an autograph. But he did give you an autograph.
He did do a little scribble. He did.
I mean,
Marlon Wayans was awesome and dope when I met him. So shout out to Marlon Wayans.
Sometimes when you catch people in those airports, it's like, you know, they it's just hard. Yeah.
Listen, I hate when, I'm not gonna lie, when people ask me for a picture. I remember one time I was leaving the gym and somebody asked me for a picture, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, look, I'm sorry. I was like, I normally would, but you know, I'm leaving the gym. I look crazy.
Some of them is rude too. Some.
But it's
No, I ain't talking about celebrities. Some people asking for pictures and stuff are rude. Some people will run people over to get to the person they want to get to, and they forget how rude they're being. You know, your idea of what's supposed to happen is not actually what should or could happen.
Now let me ask you this: do you still love the song "Just One of Those Days"?
No, I don't.
That's my song.
No,
all right.
Because it's like when you look, people don't understand. Like, yes, they are human. We get that. But when you have a great endearment for a celebrity, this is who you like. You downloading their music, and then when you finally see them, it's just like, you know, rejection. You know, like you kind of feel weird.
Okay.
You like the song.
Larry don't know what to say. That's my song.
She liked the song.
I know. I get it. I get it.
Song, you liked it. That's the
right.
Even a song, just one of those days.
Yeah.
I guess it was one of those days, but I'm like Sizzler in Jamaica, and I can't get a picture.
I think people. I think people, especially like public figures, celebrities, should be allowed to take days off and not just always be in character. Because, you know, they got to protect their own mental health, you know, like they got to battle their own things throughout their day. So,
but it's just hard because sometimes you just do risk losing a fan,
right?
You know, and that's something.
But I don't think it's intentional.
It's not intentional, but it happens. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for calling. That was a fun conversation. And when we come back, I want to talk about my guest co-host for today, Larry Morrow and Kainon Jasper, just so you guys can get some insight to who they are. I know Kainon's going to be back with his brother at some point in the future. We'll discuss that. But Larry, I definitely want to get into some of your story while you're in New York, since you don't live here. Okay, it's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Now I'm back at it.
You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Larry Morrow is here. Kainon Jasper is here. Now, Kainon is the person who I always call when we have Ask Yee questions, and people need help, and I always call Kainon if it's above what I can provide help for. So, Kainon, your brother,
Yes.
Dr. Kendall Jasper, is the person who you're partners with. Can you just tell a little bit of information about what you do?
Sure thing. Partners in a company called, it's mental health facilities that we own and mental health schools, a couple of schools that we have that mental health is integrated in the curriculum. We like a pilot program for the country to do that. So it's called ARJ Cares and Jasper Psychological, in partners with my brother, Dr. Kendall Jasper. And then we have our non-traditional arm called the Doc and the Dude, in which we keep a very clinical and layman balance within our commentary and our advice, or even within our treatment.
Yeah, and it's been great because there are people who I've sent to you guys, and you followed up with me to make sure that everybody's okay, and you actually changed some lives.
Yeah, we got a good track record.
Yeah.
We haven't lost anybody.
So I definitely appreciate that, and you and Dr. Kendall Jasper will be up here guest hosting as well.
Absolutely. That's going to be funny, though.
Now,
him and his brother together.
It's Doc and the Dude.
Yeah.
All right, and Larry Morrow is here. And now you're actually in town. First of all bets on me, right?
Yep.
That is the first book that you wrote that was about your road to entrepreneurship.
Yep.
I saw you were at the Reform Alliance event gambling.
Yeah, I was gambling.
All right, so I need to know, because I saw how much money they raised. Did you win? Or how did your gambling go? Are you good? How did it work?
So the gambling was like a tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't, my gambling happened after that. And I didn't gamble in a long time, but I gambled at one time. We in a casino, we in Atlantic City. It's nothing to do. So I did gamble, but yeah, that's not something I love to do anymore.
Okay, well, so all bets on me.
Yeah.
You gamble on yourself.
Yeah, all bets on me. The risks and rewards of becoming an entrepreneur. It just talks about how I made that transition from, betting on the game where the odds were against me to betting on myself where the odds were more in my favor. And just following, my heart and my direction, and helped me, I learned a lot just from the game of gambling, just in the casino. Shooting dice, just a bunch of different things.
Now, when I first met Larry, we actually used to do our birthday parties together every year in New Orleans. And then you and your mom actually had a restaurant on a golf course.
Yes.
At one point, right?
Yep.
Miss Lenora.
Yeah. Lenora's Grill. So that's where, my mom's been in the restaurant industry, all her life. And she's done well. Golf course did well, but I think just had to move beyond that, and then we decided to open up Morrow's. And
another gamble?
Yeah, and partner. And I think it was a great partnership because she was able to focus more so on the kitchen and not wear every hat. And I was able to focus on bringing people to the space, exposing it to people, but also curating the vibe so that concoction really helped create a unique experience, and help create what is Morrow's.
And I would love to talk about, because now you have other restaurants. First of all, you have Treehouse, which is a place that everybody, when you go to New Orleans, Treehouse is the spot. So whenever people are like, what's going on in New Orleans? Treehouse, okay? Now you guys also have Monday.
Yep. Monday's a 13,000 square foot restaurant. It's doing extremely well. It's much bigger than Morrow, so it looks, it's like Morrow's is like the little brother now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a boutique restaurant more.
Yeah, because this is a huge
13,000 square feet is humongous.
Yeah.
And you guys also have Sung Chong, which I've been there.
Yep, Asian American concept with a little spice of New Orleans in it, and named it after my grandmother. Of course, my grandmother's from Korea, so this restaurant was inspired by her. And just, it's about legacy. It's deeper than just, making food. It's about creating legacy and being able to, elaborate on what her coming to America and establishing this foundation for her family. So it's a very sentimental asset. It's something that I'm glad I'm able to do, and I've done it. Especially while she's able to, still smell it, so she's still here with us, and I'm able to just do these, create something like this while she's able to see it,
All right, we're going to talk more about all of this, because I feel like Larry needs like a, we need a full sit down. Full Wealth Wednesday sit down. Yeah. We do have Ask Ye coming up. Thank goodness you're here, Kainon. 1-800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up if you have any questions. We are here to help. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Hey, everybody, whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
You should know.
This is Ask Ye.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and thankfully for this question, I got two amazing guest co-hosts, Larry Morrow and Kainon Jasper. And of course, you can ask us anything. We are here to help. We have Nay on the line. What's up, Nay?
Hey, Angela.
Hey, girl. What is your question today?
Hey, my question is, why do married men think it's okay to step outside their marriage? Now, this is not containing me, but it's containing a close friend to me, and hopefully she hear me.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to get her different advice.
All right, and I'm glad you called because I do have 2 married men. Well, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm engaged.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, Larry's engaged. Kainon, you've been married.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
For a long time.
And that is a question that a lot of people ask. Like, why do men cheat? Why do married men cheat? I'm not saying anybody in this room. I would say this. I don't think anybody thinks it's okay. But I do feel like sometimes people do things thinking that they'll get away with it, because I don't think people ever cheat with the intent of getting caught. They always cheat thinking nobody's going to know, and therefore nobody's feelings will get hurt. Also, sometimes when there's problems in the marriage, people can think that's an easy fix. Let me just go outside, do this and do what I want to do, and then I can come back home to the person who loves me, but I can go and still have, my fun. And I also think sometimes people don't take cheating as seriously as they should.
Right. But I just think yes, ma'am. But I just think as a married man, I don't understand why they think it's okay. Like, y'all not concerned if your wife or kids, will eventually find out, and why you think it's okay to play with someone's feelings like that. I don't think that's fair.
First of all, I never heard these guys so quiet. But,
well, now,
okay.
Listen.
Well, I'm just listening to what she says.
You gotta listen to her.
All right. So listen, Kate. So what do you think about that as men? And I know men have these conversations with each other. Right. And I know a lot of guys have cheated in their lifetime. What was the reason?
There's many different reasons, and sometimes it's just your capacity. Sometimes it's just your capacity. At the end of the day, no, you can't say that's a monolithic thing. Like all men do certain things, because there's different reasons why people do things.
She's talking about her friend's husband in
particular.
particular.
Your friend's husband. First of all, you said, why do all married men? She's not a married man, so she won't never understand that.
And I think sometimes guys also feel like I said, they won't get caught, but if there's something wrong in the marriage, instead of trying to focus on that and fix it, some men can not deal with their problems and not communicate the way that they should, and then they end up straying away from things, and maybe it makes them cope better in their marriage because they know they can escape and go to their
marriage is a very personal thing. It's an interpretation between in the means of communication between two people. Mm-hmm. So what may be good for one couple may not be good for another couple. You know what I mean? Marriage comes with a degree of responsibility. Are you taking care of your family? Do you treat or mistreat your partner? It's really about the treatment of your partner, right? Mm-hmm. Because one act that may last 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is, that does not counterbalance a lifetime of dedication to your family. So it shouldn't be interpreted as that. So,
but some women interpret it that way.
Yeah, but
some people be like, if you love me, you wouldn't have done that. And some men may not look at it like, this doesn't mean I don't love you.
There's over 5,000 chromosomal differences between men and male and female. There's very few things we will see the eye to eye or have the same outlook on. So sometimes we got to trust each other's interpretation and means of communication. Like, if you want to know something from a man, sometimes don't listen to what he says. Look at what he means. Look at his actions. And same thing for a female.
But I will say this: if cheating is a deal breaker for you, you don't have to stay. And sometimes, people do what they get away with also. And if your friend is ride or die and that's her decision to stay in her relationship, there's not much you can do about that.
Oh no, yeah, right. But she's not. It's the simple fact that he was. Listen, he was real slick with it. He's the one that's married. She never knew nothing about it. Like, he lived with her, all that. Like, it was just so strange, and still was going home to the wife, making it seem like he was going to work, but instead of going to work, he was going home.
Oh, that's wild.
So he's
an animal.
He
she never sent anything of that he was not going to work.
That's crazy. I know somebody that happened to. He was going around the corner to his other family, saying he was going to work.
Of course, she was
for her.
Yeah, I think a lot of men just feel like they can get away with things.
Yeah.
So.
And the way she found out was his wife actually came to her house.
Sheesh. Oh my God! Well, you know what?
The
Tell her
lady
she
been
should be
watching them
glad.
for the longest.
She should be glad she's not the wife. That's
Right.
all I have to say in a situation like that.
Maybe
Now
the
you ain't
wife,
gotta
maybe
deal
the
with no
wife
legal
came over
issues.
there to recruit her.
Well,
Like, come,
thank you,
come
Nate,
help
for
us.
calling, and and for being supportive of your friend. We love that.
Yes, thank you all. It was nice talking to you.
Thank you. All right, that was. I love having men up here to give your perspectives
you gotta
too.
settle them down.
800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you could always still leave a message for ASCII, and we'll help you out. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. When we come back, you guys have the last word.
Pick up the phone. Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard. What the word is. Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Kainon Jasper is here. Also, my guy Larry Morrow is here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Just threw y'all on the air. Like you guys are gonna guest host, but I appreciate it. It was fun. And you guys have a lot of firsthand information on a lot of the stories that we talked about today. Update from about last night. Larry still has not located his wallet, but we're gonna make sure we get that taken care of. And the steps, if anybody out there loses their wallet, just make sure you at least pause your cards so nobody can use your cards.
I still got hope.
You might find it, but I'm telling you, a little pause just in case, because people will. I've definitely had people use my stuff, and that's not fun.
Nobody used it yet, so I still got hope that I'm gonna find it.
And Larry's unlimited when it comes to credit. You can definitely run it up.
It might decline, so I think I'm okay.
All right. Well, again, you guys always have the last word, and 800-292-5150 is the number. Let's talk about it. Celebrity encounters. Ask Yee. Anything you want to leave us? Tell us a secret. 800-292-5150.
I ended up posting my hand was picked by accident on social media, on Facebook. The reaction that I got, I should have made it my profile picture a long time ago.
I actually just recently had one last week or so with Bobby Valentino. It was not a good experience to me. You know, they say don't meet your heroes, and I understand why. He was just rude. He barely sang, and it was supposed to be a concert. He sang like 2 notes. It seemed like to me he was in there just to pick up some chick to take back to his room. He just was not pleasant energy to be around. I'm a photographer. I was hired to take his picture. He wouldn't even be still, wouldn't pose for a picture for me. It was bad.
Turn it all the way up. Angela Yee is Way Up.